Good evening, everyone. Oh, gee, that was really, really good. Usually in the other room I go shout twice as loud. Thanks for coming for the May edition of the Jindabyne Chamber of Commerce's network evening. We call it Connect because the ambition is to be able to try and connect new people together. Jindabyne Chamber of Commerce has been running out now this for nearly 2 years and it's going from strength to strength. Usually as we get into winter the numbers die off, but we're seeing a lot of good business here and a good crowd. Usually we're in the summit room. This is called the lake room and apparently it's because when it rains it used to flood. I hope it doesn't happen tonight. Tonight we've got actually a good crowd. What we try and do is we try and connect local communities within the business community. And then we also try and connect businesses together, and sometimes we also try and bring government in. Luckily tonight we don't have too many government types. I've got Jason here tonight who will be talking about his new idea. We've got Lisa Petrov from, I can't remember.
Laoko. I'll solve that mystery tonight as well for everybody.
Laoko. Christine Donnelly from the Jindabyne Art Gallery. Meg, glamorous job, helicopters. Tom Moore, brilliant stuff. He's doing a great job. He's telling us about it. And then Samantha, who's got a new store coming up. Actually, it's not a new store, just like a facelift, but she'll be sharing that with us. A couple of housekeeping answers. If there's a fire or if we start to flood, there's the exit that way there tonight. I've got to say that because it's very different from normal. At the very back, we've also got some brochures. The Jindabyne Chamber of Commerce, via its arm of Destination Jindabyne, puts out 100 things to do in Jindabyne. It is absolutely incredible the things that you can do around here. It's an electronic brochure, it's not a magazine, but we've got flyers. If you're a business, if you have a lodge, if you've got traffic going through your store, take some, because that will give people an idea of what's going on. Now today, funnily enough, there was actually the Tourism Awards. Jindabyne put an application in. We didn't win, but the winner, Berrima, congratulations to Berrima, they've only got 52 things to do with their town. We've got 100. Maybe we should have put more towards that, I don't know. We've got brochures out there. We've also got brochures from the Art Gallery. The Art Gallery is a very worthy recipient of our attention, I think, because as a town, really, we need things to do from both the adventure side of things, which we're known for throughout, but also from the gallery. But I'll let, sorry, is that me? No?
Yeah.
Meg.
It was you.
Yeah, you finished.
Meg's always one in the room. Thank you very much. Okay, then in that case, sorry, Jason, you're first up. Thank you. Thanks, Meg.
Hey everyone.
Jason. Hello.
Where's your suit?
Hey?
Where's your suit?
Yeah, tucked away ready for you to jump. Sorry about the work attire. I came straight from work, cooking dinner for the kids. So usual apologies about my appearance. Tonight I'm talking about hot air ballooning. So you've heard me mention something about that in the past. Well, the first fly dates are the 7th and 8th of June coming, and every Monday during winter. So, book a flight. Who hands up if you've done hot air ballooning? Well, you haven't done it over Jindy, and it is absolutely, I would say, the best hot air balloon in Australia. So spectacular, flying over the lake, looking over the mountains, especially in winter, snow-capped. It's just gorgeous. I feel so happy to be able to get people up in the air and experiencing it. I used to do it crewing up in Canberra, and it's Canberra Balloons Loft, who I've actually partnered with. I found them accommodation. I've rented a shed to store the balloon in. I'm employing the other crew member. I'll be crewing as well as the other crew member. And the crew member will be working in my construction business when he's not flying balloons. So this is how we've made it possible. need you all to tell everyone about it and come and fly, please. And come and fly sooner rather than later. There's two reasons for this, is that if people don't book and don't fly, I look like a dick for bringing these people down, and then they won't continue to fly. And then that's the other reason why you should do it sooner rather than later, because it might not be here forever. It might only be here for this winter if it isn't popular enough to sustain. I'm really, really hoping that it will be. And if it is, my plan is to get a sponsorship, to get a Jindabyne balloon down here, which might be an 8-seater balloon, which will make it easier to fly because it's easier to fill up a basket. And I will be doing my certification so we can have a permanent balloon delivery. So that's my goal.
So how many seats is the one we've got this winter?
18-seater.
Wow.
Yep. So 18-seater will be initially flying with 12 people, just because they don't know the lay of the land as well as they do, say, in Canberra, and so therefore it will be lighter. They'll be able to travel further if they need to with the amount of gas carried on. So we'll start off with 12 people, and then we might go up to 16 people.
Where will it land?
Wherever the wind blows.
Just not Cowcott.
So the way it works is we put a pie ball up, which is essentially just a black helium balloon with a little light on it because it's dark when you go out. They know how high that climbs every second, and so from that we stand there and watch it like a bunch of gooses, and then we see the balloon. It'll go up to a certain altitude and then start going that way, and then it'll go up again and then go that way. And from there, they'll make the plan of where they'll take off from, which we spent the last 6 months talking with landholders in the area, making sure that it's all right if we land on their land or take off from their land. We want to take off from specific spots, especially because the setup of the balloon, mingling around and socialising is as much a part of the experience as the actual flight. So we'll be going for really scenic spots to fly, to take off from, because they can see the sun coming up over the lake and all that sort of stuff. And then from that, we'll be taking off according to the flight plan, and we'll have a rough idea of where we're landing. According to the weather pattern histories, we'll be taking off from Westerns, which is the northwestern side of the lake, coming down with the lake drainage, and then shooting up in altitude to catch the wind back over towards Coolington Golf Course. That seems to be what we're thinking will be the more regular one, but ultimately it's up in the air.
How much is it?
It's $380 per person, which is quite good value. I thought they were going to push it up to about $450 per person, but they've kept it down to $380.
And how long is the ride?
The ride's about 45 minutes to an hour and a quarter, depending on landing opportunities, depending on the wind speed. So if the wind is blowing a little bit stronger, obviously we don't want to be travelling way, because then it's a longer trip back around. So about 45 minutes to an hour and a quarter.
Is it an online booking system?
Yeah, you need to book through me. That's important. So if you've got customers who want to do ballooning, for me to get my commission and be rewarded for the work that I put in, I need people to come to me. The best way to do that is to go onto my website or my Facebook page and ring the phone number on it. The phone number is best because people usually have a lot of questions, and it's a lot easier just to have a conversation over the phone. Is my preferred option. I'm happy for people to email me if they prefer that, but I do like kind of phone conversations or in-person conversations. Yes?
What's the minimum number that they need before, like, confirming or departing on a flight? Is there a minimum?
12.
12, yeah.
So the maximum they will take is 12 to begin with, and the minimum they need is.
Yeah, okay.
So they don't have 12, they delay for a day, or they wait till they get 12, or?
We're going to play this by ear. Yeah. The main thing is that we need to make it profitable for them.
Yeah.
The cost of having the balloon storage, gas, me.
Yeah.
It's they're doing quite well. That's why they're only flying on Mondays and Tuesdays at the moment. The original plan was to have them stationed here all winter and fly on Good Fridays, but they're just going gangbusters in Canberra. They're like, I'm sorry, all we can do is give you Mondays and Tuesdays at the moment. I'll take what I can get, which is kind of good because there's been again, not bitching, but there's been a bit of a disappointing reaction with the support with the bookings. Like, I've only got 5 people to fly at this stage, which is pretty embarrassing. So I'm kind of glad that they just said the Monday and Tuesday for now, so that they're not here all the time going, where's our customers? Because I'm like, bring it.
That'll change, Jason, it's only May, not
I know.
How
I tend to get a little bit
advertising?
disappointed. I need to work, it's a character flaw.
Sorry, Jason, how are you advertising it?
Through Facebook a lot of the time. When I get time, I'll run around and put posters up, and also just brochures. I go around and do brochures, but I'm also open to ideas as well. I can't afford radio.
Snow Mountains Magazine. Doesn't it?
Yeah, Snow Mountains Magazine. I sponsored it. I put advertisements in local papers and stuff like that.
Have you got something we can put up on our notice boards?
On the nose board.
Yeah, the shower?
Sorry, at the
At the shower?
yes, I can send you something to print out for sure.
Yeah, I'd love some brochures too.
Yeah, cool. So if you all give me your phone numbers at the end, I can put you on my information sheet, because I'm shooting for a new experience every 3 months, and then I can shoot you all the information for that and give you brochures that to print out to your customers and share it as well. Yeah. Sorry, I know I'm over.
You are, just hang on.
I just want like 1 more minute to show the next things that I'm doing.
Okay, hold on.
Is everyone alright with that? Yeah.
They're engaged, so it's all right.
I don't like being a hog, but I don't know if I'm going to get to the next one. Okay, so the next experiences that are coming, hopefully they will be here by the time the next Jindabyne Connect comes around, but you all need to know about it now. So these are off-road, not off-road as in mountain bike style, more like you can go from Jindy to the trajectory or that sort of stuff, not the hardcore mountain bikes. You can take 2 small people on this. Not the just tiny home plans. These are one-wheelers, so a skateboard essentially that you stand on, and you've got a one wheel going here. Like a Segway, you lean forward, you go forward, lean back, you stop.
Like a flight board on the ground.
Very similar. You'll be all over it. This is an electric unicycle. So another one-wheel version, battery powered. The wheel goes the other way, so the rollerblading version. This is a off-road scooter with suspension and tough tyres. Same sort of area from Jindy out to Trout Hatchery and out to Dam Wall. There's also, I've been talking to a few private landholders about doing it on their property as well, like on mountain bike tracks.
Can I come and be your kid? Just imagine, can I be your kid at home?
Apparently being my kid sucks. That's it, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think one of the important aspects for a town such as ourselves is to be able to share this sort of news around. We're in a tourist precinct, we're in a tourist town. So if you own a chalet, if you own a restaurant, if you own a resort, anything at all, share this sort of information around. Because the more that we have, the more exciting it will be for other opportunities to arise. And certainly when you're starting out, it's not easy. So anything that we can do to give you a hand, let us know. Certainly I've got a combination, I'd love to know about that sort of stuff.
For me to stay?
Right.
Down at home.
Yeah, well, if the kids think you're at home, we can talk. But it's very important for our tourism ecosystem to help out people like that who are bringing a new idea, a new experience into town. Thank you. Lisa,
Yes.
explain to us, please.
I'll solve the mystery, don't worry. Thanks for inviting me along, Fiona.
That's okay.
And just as a warning, this is my very first time being a president, and I've not had to speak to a room full of people very much before. So if I do tend to go off on tangents, Olivia knows just to give me the old can at Lisa signal. Firstly, Laoko Snowy Mountains Wildlife Rescue. The word Laoko is an acronym for Looking After Our Kosciuszko Orphans. And that was the name of the group when it was founded in 1988. We're the second oldest volunteer wildlife rescue group in New South Wales, with Wires being the eldest. We're 100% volunteer-run organisation. We receive no government funding. We have to fundraise. It's like this constant hamster wheel that we're on. We do receive a regular annual donation from national parks, which is $2,500 per year. So it helps, but it costs us about $35,000 just to operate, just for buying marsupial milk formula, paying for vet bills, mange treatment chemical, and so this doesn't take into account our volunteers' time, the petrol that's consumed. If you've ever been a rescuer, you'll know that you're on the road a fair bit and a fuel tank goes just like that. Where our overarching body that governs us is called NWC, which is the New South Wales Wildlife Council. They're the people who write all the fun things like policies and all the rules and guidelines that we have to follow as wildlife volunteer wildlife rescuers. Have to keep saying volunteer because that's the key point, is that we're just doing this unpaid. We have about, at the moment, 160 plus members, with about maybe 50 to 60 who are actually active members. So active members are, say, carers, rescuers, we have a team of euthanasers, the mange treatment team. We also have the people who work behind the scenes that may not be able to care for an animal for whatever reason. So that includes people who do fundraising, they're on the committee, graphic design, social media, got a team of pouch sewers this year, so we won't be running out of pouches. And a lot of stuff that we do get is donated. For example, the pouch liners, we often have, the generosity of local accommodation businesses who do their end of season turf out, and we do claim a lot of those items to whip up some new Joey pouches and hanging bags. So we operate in the Snowy Monera Regional Council area. So it's a pretty big area. It's about 15,500 square kilometres. And over there's a whole lot of nothing called the National Park. We don't operate in the park, but we do work with parks at times. So just to give you a sense of our boundary area, our northern boundary is at Breadbow, and that tracks to the east coast from Peakview, Numarella, Nimitabel, Bombala, down to Delegate to the Victorian border. Oh, we're on there, and in the New South Wales half of it. And then we follow the Victorian border all the way up to near Cancoban. So we do capture Cancoban. And then the western boundary sort of tracks along in a whole lot of nothing, mountainous region, with Adaminaby being our probably most western region. Then in the middle is us. It's, Perisher, Thredbo, Jindabyne, and all of us on the Kosciuszko Road. So it's a fairly big area, we do cover a fair bit. So we've covered that. So our main thing, I guess, our first port of call is our emergency phone line. So it's run 24/7. We have volunteers doing phone shifts. I do 3 phone shifts a week. And I used to be the phone coordinator, but got to give that job to somebody else because it's actually quite a stressful job. Winter's our peak season, as many of you'll know, and you'll know because there'll be more carcasses on the roadside. You'll see them spray painted. That just means that a Leoco person has checked that animal for a joey, if it's a kangaroo and a wombat. We also just check them if it's a male anyway, we spray paint them anyway, just so Leoco members know, oh, someone's dealt with that one, we don't have to bother stopping. Peak season's about to descend for us, or for you guys, but also for us as well. So the Friday night of the Queen's birthday long weekend, the phones just go nuts. Last year I think we had about 11 calls for assistance within 2 hours, and that's just travellers coming from Canberra down to here. So it does get a bit stressful, but we all do it because we want to, it's all about animal welfare and helping these animals. So in the last 12 months we received approximately 1,000 calls for assistance for injured and orphaned wildlife. But not all of those calls are for rescues. A lot of them are for euthanasia jobs as well. So we do have a team of euthanasers. A lot of them, that's the only job they want to do. They've all got their firearms license. You know, their animal welfare is their thing. We do call on the police where we need to, particularly late at night stuff when we know there's highway patrols out and about. And key locations like Jindabyne is actually a bit of a hot spot. Barrier Way, Snow River Way, Kosciuszko Road, well, just up to Cooma and beyond, I guess. So yeah, I guess it's just our peak time, and we're really, really thankful for everyone's support. And like I say, it's a volunteer role, and we're just sort of doing what we can. If you've ever thought about joining, just give us a call on our emergency number. I've got some brochures in my bag I can hand out. And more the merrier.
So you're looking for...
Anyone can help in many ways.
You've got 20 people in the room, 20 people. What's your number one message? The dry slate?
Do you need volunteers or money, or what do you need?
At the moment it's winter time. If you can just, slow down on the roads. If you've got accommodation and you want brochures, Leoko brochures, let me know. We can get some up to you. Our brochures sort of talk about, what to do if you hit a roof. That's the main thing. People don't know what to do. Do they pull it off the road? Do they leave it? So don't leave it. If it's dead, pull it off the road. So maybe just, come and see me, and if you do want to join or find out how you can assist in any way, that'd be great.
Thank you.
Just one technical question. Why do they leave it on the road for? On the side of the road? Why not take the carcass away?
Or technically we'd prefer it be taken well away from the road against a fence line or something. It just depends on the person, on the situation. But I should also add, only, remove a carcass if it's safe to do so. Don't do it on top of a hill or at bottom of Iron Pot Creek or something like that.
I'd heard that they left the carcass on the side of the road as a reminder to other drivers.
Yeah, well, some might do that, but we try and ask people not to, because wedge-tailed eagles will come and feed, and if they're on the side of the road, they're also going to be a victim at some point.
Okay.
Foxes though, they're okay.
Hit a fox.
Well done, thanks for that, and thanks for sharing the acronym, what it actually means. Christine,
Yes.
you're up, come on up.
I'll be quick. First of all, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you especially to Fiona, who has asked me to come along here tonight and have a little chat to you about what the Jindabyne Art Gallery is all about and what we're seeking from you. I'd also like to give a bit of a shout out to Fiona for all the hard work she does voluntarily on behalf of the gallery.
Thank you.
Also here tonight is Carrie, who has also been volunteering at the gallery. Most importantly, the gallery is all about volunteers. Yes, it was set up through a grant originally. It is set up as an organisation, a not-for-profit, but it's managed by volunteers, and all of the artworks are delivered by local artists. So, kind of thinking about it as we are a tourist town. I mean, what ski town doesn't have a gallery? We've all been to ski towns all over the world, they've all got a gallery. We've got one, it's managed by volunteers. We need support. We need visitors. We need people to purchase works. We need artists to supply works. We need the town to think the art is as important as skiing. Now, I'm a skier, that's why I moved here. I mean, that's it, that's my passion. But I really do think it's very important that we're seen to go through the whole gamut, and that having a gallery in Jindabyne is something that should be supported and can be supported by local businesses. We sat down briefly and talked about what could we do short term to promote the gallery, and we came up with the idea of some brochures. Hey, it's not a rocket science idea, but at least if we provide you guys who have businesses with flyers. If you have guests, you can talk to your guests about that being an activity they can do. You can provide that information to them. It can go in different outlets, and basically what we're asking is for you as businesses to support the idea of the gallery here in Jindabyne, and specifically at this key time of the year, as we're about to kick off with visitors, to take some of these flyers, put them in your outlets and help distribute them and build awareness for the gallery and what it stands for. Thank you very much.
Does everybody know where the new gallery is? This is its temporary home? It's out front of the Memorial
Yes.
Hall.
Look, it is not an ideal location. Right now, it is not an ideal location. We did have a location at Nuggets Crossing, but unfortunately that's no longer been available. So where we currently are is just next to the Memorial Hall. It's small, it's a small space, but it's an affordable space for the meantime, until we're in a position perhaps to get a more permanent home. And the more support we get, and the more money we can bring in, and the more sales we can make, and the more support, the better potentially the location can be, and so continue to grow. So the address is on the flyer, so
So if you know artists who don't have an outlet, go
Yes.
see Christine.
yes.
If you're a shopping owner, he's left, a shopping owner magnate, and you've got spare space in your shopping centre, please go and see Christine on the owner as well. Where am I? Here we go. We've got a common theme, I think. We're talking about art, inspired by this beautiful location that we live in. We spoke about jumping onto a balloon using Mother Nature. Now we're going to swap over to Meg here, who's going to talk to us about manned flight.
Hey guys, some of you may or may not know me, but I'm Meg from Snow Mountains Helicopters. A little bit of background about the company. We're basically the scenic and tourism division of Heli Surveys, who has been locally owned and operated here out of Jindabyne Airstrip, just off the Barry Way, since 2003. So I basically came down late last year to ramp up and take care of the scenic and charter tourism side of the business. And so far, I don't know if you guys have been hearing or seeing the helicopters going around quite a bit. Sorry if the noise is offending. I do, just for a note, I do try and remain as much as I can on the western side of the lake. So I'm trying not to overfly the residents as much as I can. Trying to mitigate any noise issues for anyone. But if anyone does have any problems, do come let me know, and I'll do my best to avoid certain areas if there are issues with that. But basically what I do is do a range of scenic flights up over the mountains. We do a 10-minute flight around the lake here, half-hour flight up over the mountains, 60-minute flight which does the mountains up over the snowy plains towards Lake Jindabyne, all that sort of area. We do wilderness picnics, just started doing some fishing tours as well, all sorts of stuff. We've also got customers who are already inquiring about us doing charters from, well, direct transfers I suppose, from both Canberra and Snow Mountains airports, and then obviously we're just trying to help organise ground transfers from here at Jindabyne as well up to the ski resorts. So if you guys do have any like Airbnb or locations which have the ability for us to land, do feel free to come and have a chat. I'm more than happy to come assess your location to see if it is suitable for a helicopter to land there, and then we can help you guys with what you need in terms of assisting you guests to get here as easily and comfortably as we can. If anyone does have the ability for us to drop some flyers in, I have dropped quite a few around to different locations all over the place. But yeah, I've got plenty of brochures I can do that for. But yeah, we just love to show people the Snow Mountains really, and I kind of take charge of the whole scenic and charter side of things. So I'm up for doing anything and everything that we can within limits. So if anyone does have any suggestions or recommendations or something you do want to get on board and do, come see me. I'd love to have a chat. When I'm not flying, I am based out at the hangar at the airport there, so I can always show you around and have a chat about. We'll come out to you and have a chat about things that we can do. But yeah, lovely to see you all.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Woohoo.
as a community, we're pretty blessed, aren't we, with all these choice that we've got for either enjoying the outdoors or seeing the outdoors from above. I mean, we really truly are blessed. But again, these businesses only stay if they're patronised. And obviously, we're not all going to take a helicopter to work. So we need to make sure that our tourists are aware of the helicopter rides, of the balloons and so forth. So please do whatever you can to share some of that experience, because as an accommodation provider, I can tell you, experience makes all the difference. If you're just an accommodation provider, you do nothing else, then your prices are going to be a lot lower than if you can provide an experience. And certainly aligning yourself with some of these are the way to go. So thanks for coming again. You're doing a great job, a great product out there. Now, of course, you've got all these wonderful products and you've got these wonderful stores. How do we bring them all together? Tom.
Hey. G'day everyone.
Tom? Hello, Tom.
So yeah, my name's Tom. I'm the founder of the Snowy List. So if you're not familiar with the Snowy List yet, I'll briefly go over what it is, why I built it, how you can use it for your organisation, and where we're taking it from here. So the Snowy List is a local community-focused social media platform. So it's an app basically. It's kind of like a little Facebook just for the Snowy Mountains region, which has its focus on events, what's on, and local businesses. So the idea being, when people come into town and they want to find out something to do or what's on, they go to the Snowy List. I found in my past, platforms such as Facebook aren't great for finding out what's going on in a particular geographic area unless you've already been there and liked certain places here and there, and Google's far too broad. So the idea there, it's meant to be the what's on guide for people coming into town. Also, it differs from Facebook and Google, or Facebook, in that you don't need an account to use it, so anyone can just jump on there and see what's going on. But if you want to put some content on there, such as make a page for your business, or post as your business, put an event on there, something like that, you can easily create an account and do it that way. So from there, I've been building it for a couple of years now, so it's a pretty robust and good platform. Got a lot of new features, such as some social features, and it's very easy to pull in content from other platforms. So just say you post it on Facebook, you can share that post to the Snowy List, so it's on there both places at once, nice and easy. Finally, yes, it's a good platform, and my goals in the next coming months is just to gain more traction, get more user base on there, so it sort of turns into a good community of people that are using it to find out what's on. So, having said that, I'd like if everyone could download the app. It's on the App Store or the Google Play Store, or you can visit it on the website if you're on a computer. And I'm happy to do some cross-promotion with people. If you're not particularly technically literate, I can help you put your page on there and show you some of the things you can do with the Snowy List. If you are, it's just like using Facebook. So that's the Snowy List. I encourage you all to give it a download. And I can give you a demo after the presentations if anyone's interested. Or any questions? No, that's it. Yeah, cool. Thanks, guys.
Last, how many times have you been driven down Kosciuszko Road through Jindabyne and you've looked at that big green building that's being built and you're wondering what's going to go there? We've heard rumours of McDonald's, we've heard rumours of Hungry Jack's, which is my personal preference.
No.
Hungry Jack's, come on, big shame. Oh. Anyway, I'm going to solve all of those problems today because we've got Samantha who's going to tell us exactly what's going on there. Please welcome Samantha.
Most of you probably know me, I've been here my whole entire life, so is that business. Sad news for probably most of you, we're stuck there, you're stuck with us, we're not going anywhere. Same people, same family, we're doing the same service, same prices, still running the chains as we always have with the service when we test fit. Truck chains, buses, anything that's chain related we'll still be doing. Nothing's changing, we've just got a brand new face, brand new name. We had to change our name due to Big Corp not letting us use BP. Bit of a shame, we've been there for 30 years using that, but I'm already not getting phone calls in the middle of the night. Or
Yeah.
phones are diverted. So we're really looking forward to launching this year. The old building was crumbling down around us, so it's been in the works. I am pushing to try and get open, hopefully within the next week.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to say long weekend.
Yeah.
The new upgrade with it, we've got upstairs and we've got downstairs as well. I'll be running downstairs on the really busy periods, Fridays through to Mondays, doing chains and returns. So just to try and separate our customers. You've probably all seen the traffic that comes out on those really busy days. So we've got more car parking and hopefully more staff so we can get on top of people a bit quicker. We do offer a pretty quick service there. So if you do have anybody that's interested or wants to come in for chains, especially because we are the specialists in the region, send them our way, written out pretty quickly. The big news, I guess, with it is we're going to be year-round in that location now. I'm not sure if you guys do know of our businesses. We have 4 in Jindabyne. So we've got the BP Ski High, which is now Boss Outdoor Sports, Snow City, which is at the Caltex, Sentinel, which used to be Monster Sports in Jindabyne, but we've had to rebrand because people are getting confused with our 2 locations, and a big depot one out at Leesville, which is the Monster Ski High. So we're going to take our summer stuff from Sentinel, which we've always been running for the past, I think, maybe 5 or 6 years, and we're going to put that at the BP. We've got better access to the lake there, so we can get bikes, people riding around the lake, kayak rental, sup rental. So just a bit more activity for people in the area to come and actually do. We kind of tipped on it a little bit in our other location, but we're hoping being that close to the lake, we're going to be able to offer that a bit more, and we'll be a little bit more town specific with what we sell in retail in the summer locations. So looking forward to it. I've been very nervous, and it's been a lot of work trying to get this place up and running. And I just look forward to having the town support as we have for the past 30 years. We're not going anywhere. It's still us. Please don't forget about us. Somebody said we're boycotting because the BP's kicked that family out. No, it's still us. Don't boycott us. We're still there. We do like a little bit of a kickback for lodges in town. I've got a few lodges here. So you send your customers to us. We offer a discount. We give you a bottle of wine and a little bit of something on the side. So if that is something you're interested in doing, please come and see me. I can do it for as many people. Guaranteed to always have enough equipment for people, being that we have the 4 locations. So we share the love. We'll be 24 hours this season, so that's exciting. It was a bit rough when we're doing the 5 nights. It felt impossible to get on top of things, but we're still here. We're still offering the same family-friendly service that we've been offering since Jason was managing all those years ago. So we're here. We're not going anywhere. We're here to stay.
Fantastic.
Thanks for hearing me out.
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks for inviting me.
Way to go.
Hopefully not.
What about the pig shakes? She didn't hear that one. No thick shakes then?
No thick shakes.
No thick shakes, bummer.
No, I think the next doors are doing coffees.
Yes, cafe there.
Actually, probably said that. I've got nothing to do with BP, so don't put me in that category.
Yeah.
They are doing coffees, but they're, I think they're just, those generic service station cafes. It's almost part of their till, so it's not, hopefully not going to hurt too many of the other small businesses.
That's something we do well, I think, as a community, support each other. So I don't think you'll be losing town support anytime quickly, but it's good to know the separation.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. Jindabyne Chamber of Commerce is always open for membership, so we've got membership forms at the back there. So if you want to join, please do so. There's some good benefits. We do this every month, 4th Thursday of every month. We're usually up in the summit room. If you've got a business and if you want to talk to us about your business, you get a couple of minutes to come and do so. It's always very good to speak to people directly. I'm looking at you because there's an opportunity for yourself, rather than just rolling in and having a free beer. This season's going to be pretty hard on everybody, I think, because it's going to be pretty busy. We're still going to attempt to try and run these things, connect on the 4th Thursday, because everybody needs a bit of downtime, and everybody needs a chance to basically connect with each other. Otherwise, if you're only working on your business, you don't know what ends up happening in the rest of the town. So if you can make it, 4th Thursday, here at Ridges, 5:30 for a 6 o'clock start. There are some forms at the back there to take. There's also a small jar there for gold coin donations to help Bridges out with the room that they sponsor for us tonight, and also the alcohol, so please do so if you can. Otherwise, the whole purpose of this is to make connections. Find somebody you don't know, introduce yourself and see what you can do for each other. Thank you very much and drive safely out there. Thank you.
Thanks.